Hi guys, thanks for joining us, Full Time Devils. It's me, Jay, with your daily transfer update. Sorry about that, I had a bit of a technical issue with the sound. Hopefully you can all hear me now. Now, the latest sort of news coming when it comes to Paul Pogba has been this quote or this statement that's come out from Juan Mata. Now, Juan Mata said that he did an interview while he's over on the tour with United. They're over in Singapore, or they were in Singapore, and now they're heading over to Shanghai. Obviously, Full Time Devils has been over on the tour with them, and we can, we've been giving you updates. We did an update from Australia, an update from Singapore. Recently, when Juan Mata has been with Paul Pogba, they've been doing a lot of media work, meeting fans and all the rest of it. And to be fair to Paul Pogba, he's looked pretty up for it. He's looked like he's happy and he looks engaged. He certainly doesn't look like he's upset in any way. But one thing that's happened today is Juan Mata's given an interview and he's been asked about Paul Pogba, and he said you can see part of the quote there on my graphic there. He says Paul Mata on Pogba, he's a fantastic midfielder and he's a very good guy, very positive, good influence for everyone. I think he's happy, he brings everyone together, but I cannot speak for other people. I cannot speak for myself or my present and my future at the club. Obviously as a teammate and as a friend also, I would like him to stay and to be happy because he's a very good player for us, but I cannot say much else. So you could look at it and say, well, he's not confirming anything there. But I think when we look at Pogba and the way he's been on this tour, he's looked engaged, he's been performing well in the games, he's been training well, he's been meeting fans, he's been happy. We saw him doing keepy uppy with a few fans and doing some tricks in Singapore. And now this statement from Mata, who's obviously friends with him, it just makes me think that Pogba is going to stay this summer. And I think, what the noises we're hearing are that Real Madrid or Juventus are struggling to match the valuation of Paul Pogba of Manchester United, what they want. United are asking for around 150 million, and it doesn't look like Real Madrid or Juventus are going to be able to do that. So we know that that's been a bit of a sticking block. But Pogba's not trying to force a move. He's not spat his dummy out or gone on strike or anything. He's just, he's just got on with it really. And I think that's a sort of a good thing and something that shows that no matter what you think of Paul Pogba, he is going to give it his all when he's at United. Now, the latest noise from Juan Mata, and other journalists have indicated that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may have just convinced Paul Pogba that he should stay with United for the time being. He should give his all for this season, and then who knows, probably not January, but maybe next summer he can get the move that he wants. So at the moment it looks like Paul Pogba's going to be staying, and certainly from the noises that Juan Mata's been making, that's the way I look at it as well. He seems like he's happy, he seems like he's engaged, he seems like he's trying, and from what we've seen there from Mata's statement, it seems that Paul Pogba for the time being is happy being at Manchester United. And I always think if we can get Paul Pogba to play well this season, build a team around him, then say to him, listen, like we did with Ronaldo in 2008, 2009, give us a good season, and then you can get the move that you want. Then it's happy days all round because Paul Pogba can still get a big money move. We can get a good season out of him, hopefully get back into the Champions League, maybe win some silverware, and everyone can walk away happy. Another player that looks like he's going to be staying is David De Gea. Now, we hear that he was ready to sign a new deal. It's going to be made the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. I think £375,000 of the rumours, the numbers being quoted there, which makes sense as well when you think about it, because David De Gea, you'd expect him to be one of the top earners. He's been at the club quite a long time now. Is it about 8 years, I think? And also, he's been voted Player of the Year so many times. And when you look at what Alexis Sanchez came in on, I think that sort of sent our wage structure into sort of chaos, really. I think a lot of the players like Pogba and some of the others who were top earners were looking at it like David De Gea and thinking, well, we should be earning what he's on. So stories are that he's going to sign a deal that's going to keep him at the club to 2025, and that'll make him the highest earner at the club, or one of the highest earners, on 375 grand. He's also made a statement around being captain, saying that he's been captain for some games. Of course, it's amazing to be captain of a club like Manchester United and defend this badge. It's amazing, and I'd be really, really happy to be captain. So there's rumours now that maybe he's going to be made captain. Some are suggesting it as part of his deal. I can't see it being as part of his deal, if I'm being honest. I can't see how you can offer a player, or we shouldn't be offering a player, a contract saying you're guaranteed to be captain. And I don't really think David De Gea is the captain material. I know that might sound crackers because he's been here for so long. He's one of the few players we've got who's won the Premier League, with us. But I just don't know. He doesn't seem like the sort of player who has a laugh with, has a word with the referee or leads by sort of being vocal on the pitch. He doesn't really talk to his defenders a lot most of the time. We've actually watched his interaction with his defenders. He doesn't shout at them, he doesn't really say much to them. He sort of lets them get on with it. So I don't know if he is captain material, but I know we'd all be happy to see him stay because regardless of the sort of poor back end of last season that he had, I think we can all agree that David De Gea is one of United's best players. He's certainly one of the best goalkeepers on the planet. And I think if we can keep him, get him settled, and if he knows he's going to be with us for a few more years, then I think, we've got a world-class goalkeeper, and we haven't exactly got lots of world-class players at the minute. So get that done. Yeah, I wouldn't be offering him the captaincy though. Now, the one transfer in terms of who's coming in that everyone's been looking at or waiting to hear about is Harry Maguire. Now, we know with Harry Maguire, this has been going back and forth a little bit. There was rumours last week that the deal was done, and those sort of rumours died down when there was no medical and it was obvious that no deal had been done at all. Then yesterday, I think it was Dean Jones from Bleacher Report tweeted, United finally agreeing terms on the 80 million Harry Maguire deal. Mad amount of money to spend on him and Juan Mata this summer, but also very necessary. So everyone thought, oh, that's it, there must be a deal must have been done. But again, it's gone a little bit quiet and it doesn't seem like there has been anything done because as far as we know, we've not seen anything about any medicals, we're not seen anything about the fee being agreed, and now it's just a case of Harry Maguire sorting out his wages. Again, it seems to be at this impasse. Now, we know that Brendan Rodgers, the Leicester City manager, he said that he didn't want this transfer deal to go down to the wire because he didn't want to be sat there with a few days to try and bring in a replacement for Harry Maguire. So we don't expect this deal to be going on and on into August. If you ever remember a few years ago, I think it was in 2013 in the summer there, when we had the deal with Fabio Contral, where United tried to sign Contral at about 10 o'clock on transfer deadline day. And Real Madrid were just laughing out saying, we can't sell him now because we won't be able to bring anyone in. We've got literally minutes or whatever it was. So I think there's a case of that where if United do want to do a deal, they need to get it done in the next week at least. Brendan Rodgers wants it done. I know all the fans want it done. But regardless of what Dean Jones was saying, it doesn't seem yet as though anything has been agreed. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we'll be keeping you updated on that. And if anyone hears anything, let us know. But I think at the moment, United went in with a £70 million bid. Leicester want more than that. They want to make Harry Maguire the most expensive Premier League defender or the most expensive defender in the world. So it's looking like it's got to be nearer to 90 million quid to keep Harry Maguire, to get Harry Maguire from Leicester City. So United are going to have to cough up that by the looks of it. And I think people have been quoting this and saying, well, if we pay something like 80 million quid now for Harry Maguire, that's madness. We only sold Ronaldo for 80 million. Listen, inflation and all the rest of it, we know how it works. Prices keep going up, and that's just the way it is. Liverpool paid 75 million quid for Virgil van Dijk. He rejuvenated their side. If we pay 80, 90 million even for Harry Maguire, and he does anything similar like that for us, I think we'd all be very happy. So that looks like it's going to rumble on for at least the next few days. As we said earlier, we'll keep you posted on that. But as far as we can tell, there hasn't been a deal agreed just yet. The other one that everyone's looking at is Bruno Fernandes. Now, according to Portuguese papers, and I feel like I say this every time I'm on Transfer Daily, Bruno Fernandes, United are expected to bid 49 million for Bruno Fernandes. They're expected to bid that today. Now, this is what the Portuguese press keeps saying. They keep saying today is going to be the day that United bid for Bruno Fernandes. Today is going to be the day that deal happens. But as of yet, nothing's happening. We'll have to wait and see. What's being said is that United are going to bid 49 million quid for him, and that Sporting are going to demand £70 million. I've always said all the time that £70 million for Bruno Fernandes, to me, in this day and age, seems about right. The guy scored 30-odd goals last season from midfield. He's 24 years old, so he's still got a good six or 7 years left in him. He is a talent. Sporting Lisbon, obviously, are going to want to get the most they can get for him. And in this day and age, for a player like that, who scores the goals like he does and creates the chances that he does, you're going to be paying over 50 million, over 60 million. And I think United, if they want him, have got to be serious about him and pay that money. So, yeah, to me, it makes a lot of sense that around the £70 million mark. And I think if United are realistic about getting him, they'll know that as well. I don't think United will think 49 million quid's enough here. I can understand why that would be an opening offer, but I don't think that would be enough to get him. Another player that we've been linked with recently as well, it sort of came out of the blue a little bit. There were rumours about this a few weeks ago, but they sort of gathered a lot of momentum over the weekend, and that's Nicolas Pepe from Lille, the winger there. Now, apparently Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's a big fan, and the papers were reporting that it was actually, we were in advanced talks, was the quote. Advanced talks to get Pepe. I'm not sure how advanced those talks are, but that was what was being said. Now, Pepe gave an interview in 2017 where he said the one club that he'd like to sign for in England is Chelsea. He said, it's the club in England that makes me dream. It's the only club in England that I would sign for. Now, does that mean anything? An interview 2 years ago where you're talking about a Chelsea club, that weren't on a transfer ban, where obviously they are now, probably doesn't mean a lot, and at least if he's open to coming to England, that's a start. Listen, I like Pepe, good player, attacking player, left-footed, right winger I think he's one of those that likes to cut in, 24 years old, I think he scored 22 goals in the French League last season, so he can obviously get a lot of goals, and you could argue that we need someone cutting in from the right who's left-footed. Now, some people, after this summer pre-season, are already looking at Mason Greenwood as being that man. But at 17, it's probably a season too early for him to be a regular. But when you look at that, are you going to bring in someone like Nicolas Pepe for that reason when you've got someone like Mason Greenwood long term? I'm not so sure. The papers were saying it's advanced talks and all the rest of it. I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it is. There's been very little about it until recently. If we bought Pepe, I don't think lots of people would be complaining because he is an exciting, attacking young player. But if we don't get him, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think we need to focus more on the likes of Maguire and also the likes of Fernandes, because I think that those are the types of positions we need filling more than others. I think, yeah, it's all well and good bringing in someone like Pepe, but more to the point, we need a midfielder, we need a centre-back. I'm just going to get involved in the comments before I log off here. People saying Maguire is slow. Maguire, and Lindelof would be a very slow pairing, says Zach. I don't know if it is that slow. I think Lindelof's not that slow, actually. I think he's got a bit of pace about him. People keep saying about Maguire's pace, and I think he reads the game that well, that he makes up for it. I don't think he's that slow. I just don't think he's the quickest defender. But if you actually watch him, he reads the game really well. You know, he's been playing a lot of football even for the age of 26 years old. And he's not afraid as well to carry the ball out of defence, which I really like about him. People keep saying this though, you can't have two slow centre-backs. Again, I don't think Victor Lindelof is slow. I think that's a bit harsh on him, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's rapid, he's not a real Ferdinand, but he's not slow. And I think if you had him and Maguire next to each other, I think they complement each other quite well. I've been saying that we should buy Maguire for months now. So if we can get this deal done, I'll be happy. And I think a back four of Luke Shaw, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think that's a pretty solid base, especially if you've got David De Gea behind him, who signed a new deal. Will he be captain or not? We'll have to see. I think that's a pretty strong back five and I'd be happy with that. But as of yet, despite what some reports are saying, what we're hearing is no deal has been done. Just having a quick look. Yeah, someone else is saying that Pogba has to be kept. I agree. We want Pogba. I think we need him. Yes, we want him. We want him to be motivated though. And we've seen in pre-season, he does look motivated. And as I said earlier, as you see from our graphic, Juan Mata, said he's very happy. So I think if we can keep Pogba and keep him happy for at least a season, yeah, definitely. Because one thing I worry about with this board is if Pogba leaves, do we replace him adequately? I'm not sure we do. I think the chances are we'd lose Pogba and then maybe have to rely on some of the younger players coming through, or buy Fernandes, who we were going to get anyway. And we're not really as strong as we were last season, and we weren't that strong last season. I want to see more of Tuanzebe, says someone else. Yep, love Tuanzebe. Probably won't get a chance this season, I'm thinking. I think with the amount of centre-backs we've got, it may well be another loan move. I don't want to see him go anywhere permanent, but I just think it's going to be another loan move because despite the fact that I would love to see Tuanzebe, I'd actually have him as our third choice. I would. I know that sounds a bit ambitious for a young player who's not played a lot of games at all in the Premier League, if any, but I think if we bought Maguire in and we had Maguire and Lindelof as our centre-back pairing, I'd like to see Tuanzebe be their understudy. I'm not sure that's going to happen though, because I think you've got Smalling, you've got Jones, you've still got Bailly, you've still got Rojo. There's a lot of players there. There's a lot of players there who would be arguably in front of Tuanzebe in the pecking order. Just finally going to wrap it up here. I want someone else to say, Man United transfer is done. We are not making any more signings. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong because Adam Wan-Bissaka and Daniel James, that's not enough. We need more than that. And I think Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes, those two signings, yeah, we'd be getting there then. I'd feel a lot more confident going into the new season if we had those two as well. I don't think what we've got at the moment is enough. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We've got updates, we've got videos from the tour as well. Adam's going to be back later on this week with more updates. I'm going to have some more videos of him. I'm going to hear from Howson as well. As always, don't forget to subscribe. There's a subscribe button in the bottom corner. And thanks for supporting the channel and thanks for watching.